Hello, everyone. My name is Brad Weisberg, and I'm the founder and CEO of Snapsheet. And I'm really excited to have you here today at our virtual event that we're hosting with Plug and Play. For those who don't know my story, I started the company back in 2011 when I got in a car wreck and I took my car to multiple body shops and got three completely different estimates for the exact same repair. The process was frustrating and time consuming and confusing. And I noticed that every shop I went to, they just looked at my car from different angles and wrote me an estimate. And I thought to myself, why can't I just take photos of my car and get an estimate on my vehicle? Why did I waste hours of my day driving from shop to shop? Well, at the time, this was the only way to obtain an estimate. Virtual estimating wasn't a thing. Everything was done in person at a body shop or through a staff appraiser at an insurance company that would come to your house. I also realized there was no technology to kick off the claims process. You had to call into your insurance carrier. There was no way to track the status of your claim, collect information, or technology to help make a decision on whether to get your car repaired or to cash out. It was this long, drawn out process that took days and sometimes weeks. And like most entrepreneurs, I thought to myself, there's got to be a better way to do this. So I took out my life savings and I started Snapsheet. And I dedicated the last 10 years of my life to create the absolute best experience when someone files a claim. Now, at the time, everyone said I was crazy and I wouldn't be successful and it wasn't possible to write estimates from photos. No one wanted to use technology to process claims. It was crazy. Like the prevailing thought at the time was that the more manual and high touch the process was, meant better outcomes and a higher NPS, even though carriers have a historically low NPS compared to other industries. This was just not true. Like looking back now, it's crazy to think that at that time, Snapsheet was this bold, innovative concept. And some of the naysayers back then are still saying the same thing today, while others are expecting artificial intelligence and machine learning to replace humans. But we built a following and we slowly grew our customer base to over 100 carriers, TPAs, self insured fleets, and innovative startups all over the world. Now, this was all just the first step of a much bigger plan to leverage our technology to disrupt the incumbent software providers in our space by building a full claim system focused on automation. The global P&C insurance market is massive. Almost 5 trillion is spent, with over 50 billion in spend for just technology and services in the US alone. As we built relationships with all of our carrier partners, we were looked at as the innovators and we gained access to their claims teams. We dug into their tech stacks and processes, and we found that almost all carriers were built on old, homegrown legacy systems or on premise solutions like Guidewire, Duck Creek, and Insurity, which are all 20 to 30-year-old software companies. Carriers were constrained by their technology. They couldn't innovate. They couldn't change their workflows. It was painful to work with third party vendors or to automate any part of their processes without a heavy investment into these systems and months of time wasted in between. As we sat on the floor with multiple claims teams and we shadowed their people, we realized and we learned that adjusters were spending hours every day working in multiple systems, keying data and or information from one system to the next. When they needed metrics or data from their systems, it could take days or weeks to get it. It was just crazy how inefficient and laborious the processes were. After spending hundreds of hours at carriers and processing millions of claims ourselves, I knew we had the mindset, the drive, and most important, the tech team that could build on our bold vision to support our carrier partners. We already had the pieces and components of a full claim system, but we made the decision to go all in a few years ago and build the first fully digital cloud native end-to-end claims management platform. In order to solve the real problems for carriers, we looked at the entire claims lifecycle and we mapped everything out, how to digitize each piece of the process. We wanted to automate everything. And in order to do that, we would have to build a comprehensive system that encompasses digital F&OL, vendor management, workflow management, document management, automation engines, omni-channel communication, reserving, payments, all in one platform that can be configured with a BA by BA with a no-code workflow editor. Our platform allows carriers to build internal workflows at a click of a button, set rules to guide the claim down the right path that automatically selects the right task and the right vendors as it moves through the system. We call it the self-driving claim. There's no adjuster needed whatsoever. Then we built real-time metrics dashboards that give access to metrics no one has ever seen before to make better business decisions. For instance, how many system-generated automated tasks have been done each day? How many automated emails and text messages? We have metrics on everything, and it all comes in our system completely out of the box. Financials, expenses, cycle time, aggregation of any details. It's all at your fingertips with a touch of a button. Literally, if you can dream it, we have it. When I started the company in 2011, it wasn't just a given that everyone was going to be walking around with a smartphone. But now you couldn't imagine not having one. Technological disruption doesn't happen overnight, but it feels like it when you're in your routine, day to day, doing the same thing over and over again. It's easy to dismiss true bold ideas because most people can't see true innovation. It's, the saying, it's hard to see the forest through the trees, and all of a sudden you look up and everyone has a smartphone. No one could have imagined music stores, movie rentals, and bookstores, and taxis and cameras would all be disrupted with digital formats of each medium. We are at the tipping point of major disruption and change in claims. This is what has happened with automation. We've been talking about this for years, and I'm here to tell you now that everyone is about to have it. We are so excited to show you how all the components come together with different carriers in multiple lines to achieve full claims automation. We have 4 sessions today that are on various topics, but they are all intertwined. They all come together to tell one united story on how you can leverage the same platform to automate claims. Session 1, touchless claims and touchless implementation, how Generali transitioned to automated virtual in 60 days. Session 2, digital Darwinism, thriving in a virtual and touchless world. Session 3, claims in the sharing economy, managing the customer, the brand, and the bottom line. And session 4, implementing digital payments into a carrier's claim system and driving digital payments in a paper check culture. Thank you for joining us today. I know your time is valuable, and I'm sure you will walk away energized, motivated, and thinking about all the ways you can transform your business with automation using technology. Thank you.